Okay, so today I'm gonna reflect about my 1 week of homelessness, which in the grand scheme of things isn't very long compared to what a lot of other people go through. And I would say I had a struggle in other ways in my life, but I never had any financial struggle. I never had any true financial struggle. I come from a middle class family, and that they're not like anything amazing, but they're doing well off. They have no really any issues like that. So then, I had my family trouble. I went homeless for around a week, and I think it really just changes perspective on things. It changes your perspective on many things in general. So pretty much, I had a roommate in my homeless shelter. He was a good dude, but he had a lot of mental issues. Uh, you know, he wasn't able to talk. I tried talking to the guy. He had a very hard time just talking to people. But I fist bumped him, and he was chill with me. But he just had a hard time talking. Sometimes you just go around running around in the shelter screaming. But that's not the actual point I'm trying to get at. The actual point I'm trying to get at is just how I see so many of these people living in such like shitty conditions. I don't get how in Canada that's not possible to just help these people. I don't get how that's not even an ability. How it makes no sense. The house prices are so high that how do you expect a homeless person to buy a house? Like, let alone normal people. Normal people can't even buy a house there. But a homeless person to buy a house in Canada, how does that even work? It makes no sense. I see all these people, I see all these homeless people, and I find it baffling that people expect them to just have a home, to be able to rent a place. Some of these people, they don't even have a phone. They don't even have any they probably don't even have their ID. They lost it. They don't have enough money to buy an ID, and they don't have a job to make money, and they don't have an ID to get a job. It's dumb. It makes no sense. You know what? This reminds me of a time. This was around like midweek of the week I was homeless. I just remember I was like going around like out of my homeless shelter to explore a bit. I get kind of bored out of like just staying in this one place. I was going around and I saw a group of people. And this group of people, they were just like talk. They just looked at this fucking homeless person like fucking bum. Why didn't you just get a fucking job? And I was baffled. I was baffled. But at the same time, I can't really blame them. At the same time, I can't really blame any of these people because they're just so misguided and so disconnected. They could just never understand just homelessness in general. I think a lot of these people don't even realize how close to homelessness they really are. They just don't realize that because for all they know, they could just end up either if it's a college student, they could just end up just getting kicked out by their family. They could just end up losing their job, and then they're homeless. Now what? You're homeless. Now you're just homeless. And this economy is only getting worse. They're so misguided. All these people, all of them, so they're just so misguided. They just do not realize it. And I remember I was just standing there. I was thinking I was like, these people are so misguided. They just don't realize a thing. And then I also realized that I was no different than these people either. I used to think in this exact same way till I got into the situation I went in, or the situation I had to deal with. But it was just baffling to me. The whole point I'm trying to make of this video is that a lot of you guys who judge homeless people and think they're bums, think they're, a lot of them just come from really really fucked up families, and your actual anger shouldn't be at the homeless people. It should just be at the people at the top, because they're the one who are creating conditions for this to happen, for homeless people to just be out on the streets, not getting them help, not rehabilitating them. And most of you guys are pointing your fingers at the wrong person. You're pointing them not in the right direction. You're pointing them at the homeless people, thinking that they're the scum of the earth, when you couldn't be more wrong. It's the opposite. It's the opposite direction you should be pointing at. So Homeless people are not the scum of the earth that you think that they are, and they just never were, and they never will be. So I guess this is where I end the video, but this is just what I wanted to talk about.